Good, whenever you're ready, man. Hit it.
The Whiz Kids had won it, Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew them all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke.
I got it on my phone.
Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in.
Good evening, folks, and how you doing? Welcome to Talking Baseball with me, Sal Angioletti, show number 1. And we want to welcome you. And, of course, our phone number is 609-807-2492. I want to say hello to everybody here in New Jersey and across the globe. And welcome my man behind the curtain over there, Gino. And we want to welcome you. And call in, discuss whatever you like on baseball. And we're going to hit a topic right now with the free agents first. And with Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, and a lot of guys still haven't signed yet. Bryce and Manny looking for 10 years, $300 million. Both of them are 26 years old, and not too many teams are out there looking to sign anybody big, those big contracts anymore. Alex Rodriguez was the last man. 2 consecutive big contracts of 10 years. 250 plus, and I don't know, Gino. What do you think with these teams? Are they holding back? They don't want to spend the money. Well, that's right. And us, the fans, will pay, and they will raise your ticket prices and whatever else necessary so we can pay these gentlemen. There's still the only big free agent contract signing was last year, of course, when the Yankees acquired Giancarlo Stanton from the Miami Marlins. And so we're here on Hamilton Radio. Everything's looking good, sounding good. And if you'd like to call in and discuss any topic with the free agents, of course, Dallas Keuchel still available, Greg Kimball, A.J. Pollock, of course, Harper and Machado, who haven't signed, and the fantasy leagues are also out there, and guys are looking to start their fantasy baseball leagues and want to say, hey, let's go, get these guys signed so we could pick my team already. But on the front right now, Manny Machado's last contract offer was by the White Sox of 7 years, and I think it was $175 million. According to the White Sox, they're still waiting on him to make a decision, and we'll see what happens. Where will Bryce Harper go? I heard something that, on the radio not too long ago that I would do this trade if I was the Yankees. If the Dodgers did sign Harper, trade Giancarlo Stanton to the Dodgers in exchange for Bryce Harper, that would probably be the most craziest trade in baseball. And that would be great if that ever happened. And we'll see what happens. A lot of free agencies out there still. Taking their time with the winter meeting started in the middle of December in Vegas, and they thought Harper and Machado would have been signed already after the New Year was over, after New Year's Eve. But they're still out there. Everybody, even last year's free agents are still floating around. This is some of these guys' livelihoods, and nobody signs them. And what do? They get signed to a minor league deal, or they just say, "Hey, I guess my career's over," and they call it a day. And that's about it. So, like I said, you want to give it a shot, call in. We'll talk anything. We're talking baseball here. So, like I said, we got free agencies. Who do you think is going where? Where is Manny and Bryce Harper going? Where are they going to go? And so we are live here on Hamilton Radio, and somebody forgot something here. Call in at 609-807-2492. We are here till 9:30, and we're talking baseball, and let's talk about the locals right now, the Yankees, Mets, Phillies, whoever you want to talk about. Are the Phillies done signing? They acquired Andrew McCutchen, who was a free agent, and we got a caller, right? Oh, look at this. Hello, welcome.
Hello?
Welcome to Talking Baseball.
Yeah, how you doing? This is Danny.
Hey, Danny, what's up, brother?
Oh, you know what? I must be on delay because I'm staring at the TV and I don't hear. Anyway, what's going on?
Not much, brother. What's doing?
No, I heard you talking about free agency, and you know what? I want to chime in because, you know what? These guys can get jobs. Look at Asdrubal Cabrera. He's a third baseman. He signs for $3.5 million. He could have and you know what? Mike Moustakas could have had that job if he wanted it. These guys can get jobs. They just don't want to take less money.
Yes, and I think what's going on now is, like I said, with the Yankees, with John Carlo, they got him for, I guess, 10 years was the big deal with him.
They probably have like 6 or 7 years left on that.
And there's a lot of teams not going after those big contracts now. It makes you want to think of next year's free agency class, like Mike Trout. He's probably going to go back to California, but
he's 2 years away.
Yeah.
Trout.
Well, whoever they are for next year, do those guys look in the rearview mirror and say, "Hey, look, these guys didn't get what they wanted. Am I afraid to take that step? Should I ask for less money?" Because I don't think you're going to see anything big like A-Rod did with the Yankees. Unless the Dodgers are going to bite and sign Harper, I don't know.
You know what? But no one's getting 10 years. Mike Trout might get 10 years, but Harper's not getting 10. They still get 7 or 8.
Right.
Machado's not getting 10. He'll get 6 or 7. I'm not, no one's, crying poverty for these guys. They just being greedy.
Yes. That's like Greg Kimbrell from the Red Sox. He says, "Look, I'm the best reliever in baseball. Can I get $100 and something million?" And nobody's bid on him yet. If you ask for less,
You know what? All you have to do is look at his postseason. I mean, yeah, he's awesome. And you know what? First of all, he's not getting that money anyway. But look at his postseason. The guy's a bum. Who's spending that money? It's not worth it.
Exactly. There's a lot of guys who are worth it, and there are some who aren't worth it. And then we'll see what happens. I mean, I've been a Yankee fan for a very long time, and I just love baseball itself. I'm not a hater of any team. It's what I'm loving now is this youth movement on all these teams, and I like to see these teams who they don't have a lot of money to spend. The low market teams.
But they're spending wisely.
Right. The Brewers came out of nowhere. The Phillies came out of nowhere last year. I like the Braves, yes, and it's great. It's great to see. Now, what's going to happen to Washington? The Nationals just fall into the Braves category. You made it, and you didn't make the big dance, and you always got eliminated like Atlanta did. I mean, Atlanta did win the World Series, but then after that, or before that, they always made the playoffs and never made the big show except for that 1 year. Now, are they going to start breaking the team apart? Look what happened to the Marlins. They won 2 World Series, and after they won,
aren't breaking the team apart. They're letting Harper go, yes, but they signed the pitcher, Corbin. They signed what's his name, Dozier. So it's not like their payroll's through the roof.
Yeah.
So they're not just they're not going to pull a Marlins and just
Yes.
Which is an embarrassment of a franchise right now.
Well, we're going to get to that in a little bit with the Florida teams. What you were saying now the Red Sox hit the brakes because they're over budget, and that's why they're letting. I mean, who's on their team next year? Who's the free agent? The 2 pitchers, is it Sale and the other left-hander?
Porcello, I think, is the free agent after this year, and Sale.
Porcello and Sale, yeah.
But I don't want Sale. Who's going to pay that money for a left-handed pitcher who gets hurt every year?
Didn't the Yankees try to go after him once?
Yeah, in a trade. It was different if you're trading for the guy, but
right.
Who's going to sign up? Chris Sale's not getting more than a 4 or 5 year contract. The guy pitches 24 starts a season.
Unreal.
That's why Kershaw didn't opt out, because he only pitches 24 starts now a season. The money's not there for these guys, older pitchers. If DeGrom was a free agent right now, he wouldn't get more than 5 years, 6 years tops, and he's 31.
And you know what? The Mets do have a good staff, and it's good they didn't trade. I mean, what were they going to trade him to the Braves? Not the Braves. I'm sorry, the Padres, right? It was some sort of package deal.
Syndergaard.
That was Syndergaard. Yeah, Syndergaard would have been in a package deal that involved the Yankees, with Syndergaard going to the Padres, and the catcher there from the Marlins, JT Realmuto.
Realmuto, yeah.
Anybody pick him up yet? Is there anybody looking to grab him?
The only thing I read is that the Dodgers are looking at him.
Dodgers got a good stacked team. I can't believe that trade they made with the Cincinnati Reds, but that was.
At least they dumped. I like Puig, but they dumped contract. They got rid of Kemp's deal. They got rid of Puig. They got rid of Alex Wood. I thought it was free.
Now they got Sonny Gray. I don't know how Gray's going to do in the. It's funny how these guys come from different teams who pitch in New York and they can't handle the pressure. It's the press who does it to you. And he was great. He was great with Oakland. He was great with Oakland. You come to New York and you're like, that's it. Pack up that tent and you're gone already.
And then you get a guy like Jay Happ who came here and fit right in.
Yeah. And I'm glad they re-signed him. I really am. And now you got him, Paxson. I wasn't too keen on CC Sabathia coming back. Even Brett Gardner. Now you got a crowded outfield. Now is it?
Well, you know what? My question is this: what's going to happen with Ellsbury? Is he just we're going to sit on him for 3 more years? And
that's another. That was another wasted contract. I remember that. Let's see.
You got no walk, and they sign Ellsbury.
So you got a crowded outfield already. So your starting is going to be Judge, Hicks, and Stanton. So you're going to have.
Well, imagine Gardner and what's his name, Frazier, with platoon in left field.
Well, Frazier is back and healthy. I could see this kid having a breakout season. He is a good ball player. If you ever watched that thing on the Yankees on the
He's very hard-nosed. He reminds me of a young Eric Burns.
What's that show they have on the Yes Network? It's got to do with the minor league teams, and it's a great show. And
yeah,
and you catch all that. I mean, he's going to have a breakout.
That's why they signed Gardner 1 year, $4 million. There's
1 year or 4 or $3 million, something like that. And weren't they trying to trade him last year?
Gardner?
Yeah, like a year or two ago. What? His name was involved in a few trade talks, I remember once. And
probably, but that's when he was 31, 32, not 35, 36.
Well, it's good. It's always good to have that veteran on the bench like him.
Well, that's why they brought him back, because worst case scenario, he's insurance for Hicks in center field. And then, stick him in left field and give Frazier a shot. That's what I think they're going to do.
Yes. And not for nothing, Hicks is very underrated. He came
Oh, big time.
came on as
And that's why
both
Brian
sides of the
Cashman
plate
is so
did great.
heralded, because he gets guys like Aaron Hicks for John Ryan Murphy and guys like Didi Gregorius for, I can't even remember, Shane Green.
Yeah, let's you talk about the ball players who've come and gone and weird trades. What was see if anybody remembers out there the best trade the Yankees made 1-for-1. See if anybody remembers that, and I know you do because we grew up in it together. So, what was that trade? Anybody remember the trade the Yankees made?
You gotta go by time frame, because
I'll spill the beans.
Roberto Kelly for Paul O'Neill.
There you go. There you go. Roberto Kelly for Paul O'Neill, straight up steal of a deal.
Well, what about Russ Davis and Sterling Hitchcock for Jeff Nelson and Tino Martinez?
Yeah, the Yankees still deal with Seattle.
That's all the time. All the time.
And look at the guys back then they had gotten rid of that you wanted to kick the TV in. Remember Jay Buhner?
Oh my God, Phelps.
Guy was a beast.
We got Ken Phelps for him.
Ken Phelps, my God. Now you imagine that. Now, look at the lineup the Mariners had then. You had him, Griffey, Jr. and Edgar Martinez. That's a steal right there. That was something.
I'll throw a little trivia at you. Who was the leadoff hitter for Seattle when they beat the Yankees in '95?
Oh wow, I remember that game.
You'll die. You just can't believe you would never even know that this guy was on that team and playing leading off and playing left field.
Ooh, I know Griffey came, and here comes Griffey around.
Oh, I got nightmares from that. But
oh wow!
Let me know when you want the answer.
They should. Why did they put Jack Morrison in the game? Was it Jack Morrison who came in and gave up that game-winning hit?
No, it's not Jack Morris.
Not Jack Morris. You know who? His name was Jack. His name was Jack.
The guy they got from the White Sox, Jack McDowell.
Jack, yeah. And all the great pitches the Yankees had, and they couldn't win. Oh wow! Go ahead, give it away. I don't remember it.
Vince Coleman.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Never would have realized that guy was even on that team.
Wow, that was so long ago. I forgot about that. Vince Coleman. Then he played with the Mets. Right.
Yeah, the worst team money could buy. 1991. Eddie Murray.
God, that was baseball back then. Let's talk about what happened to the sport. What happened to small ball? What happened to Billy Ball? Nobody bunts and runs. Nobody steals bases. It's like everybody, all right, here you go. Here's your $300 million. Go hit the ball about 500 feet in the dead center field.
They had a strike to get the fans back. They all juiced up, and then they never went back.
And it's not just them. The baseball. They said the baseball was winded differently.
Yeah, it spun tighter, right?
According to them.
Listen, do you want to beat the shift? Hit the ball the other way. I did it.
Now, did you hear what they want to do? They're going to start. They want to start finding teams for doing a shift. They want to eliminate that. Now, here's my take on that. Buck Showalter started that whole thing with the Baltimore Orioles. He started that against the Yankees when they played the Yankees.
Him and Joe Madden used to do it all the time.
He started that shift. And so it became a trend to every team out there. Now, with the commissioner of the baseball saying, "Now look, we got to change that. You can't do the shift all the time. Now look, if you're paying me, a professional hitter, $200 and something million, if I can't hit the ball to the opposite field, I should be sitting on the bench."
And you know what though? And you hear these sluggers all the time. I'm not paid to hit the ball the other way. I'm paid to hit a home run.
Right. You're going to hear that from all different, That'd be like saying, okay, Aaron Judge, the infielders to this side, and they say it on TV. Okay, why doesn't that guy slap a bunt down the third base line when the third baseman's playing basically behind second base?
Right.
That's one way to beat
But you know
Joe
what?
D's streak of 56 games. Keep doing it.
I'll tell you what, though, the Yankees have the type of team where it doesn't matter if you shift. Aaron Judge goes to right field. Stanton goes to right field. Aaron Hicks goes all over. They got a DJ Lemieux, the guy that just signed. He goes the other way.
Yeah, they
Very
got.
smart.
Yeah, look at that. They picked up 3 guys from the Colorado Rockies due to free agency,
Yeah, and now they're talking about trading for Arenado.
and they're giving the guy number 0, by the way, for all you Yankee fans out there. The pitcher, who they just pick up, that free agent with the letter O.
The relief pitcher?
Yeah,
Ottavino?
Ottavino's getting number 0. It was already announced. He's the first ever Yankee now to wear 0. So we got a 99 and a 0 on the team.
Well, so I guess there is a single digit that wasn't retired.
I was gonna say you think they would give the okay for Tulowitzki to wear Jeter's?
No.
Wonder what number he
I
has.
don't even think you would ask.
Would he get number 22? Who wears 22? Hicks does, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. That's possible.
Possible, and we're only, I think, 3 weeks away from spring training already. February 16th, right after. Well, how fast?
Pitches and catches.
How fast the season went. And nobody knows that baseball's not just April to October. It's the whole year. And opening day is not the only thing I look forward to, which I've been to almost every Yankee opening day from 1983 to 1993. And, of course, the time we lived in Brooklyn with the guys going from Lafayette High School, we used to go to the stadium a lot and sit in the right field bleachers. And I was there in 96.
Well, it's very convenient.
I was there in
Take you right
96.
there.
Yeah, I was there in 96 when it snowed opening day in right field in the bleachers against the Royals. That was some fun. And Bob Shepard came over the air, God rest his soul, the best PA announcer in the sport. And he also did New York Giants football, if anybody knows that, at Giant Stadium and before he passed away. And I remember him announcing it. You know, due to the weather, come to the box office, trade up your tickets for another game.
Oh, that was the Pettit game?
No, 96. Yeah, so
In the snow?
we went down to the box office and we wound up getting tickets in May for the Seattle Mariner game. And that was the night Dwight Gooden pitched a no-hitter. So I got to see that in person. And I got to see a lot of good Yankee games. I remember, here's a good one. Opening day against the White Sox. Who was the Yankees' second baseman? Steve Sachs. Remember Steve Sachs was a Yankee for like
Yeah,
one
when he
season.
couldn't throw the ball to first base from the Dodgers. He was
Right.
great. I love Steve Sachs.
And he
He was
struck
like
out with the
Freddie
bases
McCutcheon
loaded
outlaw.
and lost the game.
Best game I went to as a Yankee fan was the Dave Clemens hit Piazza in the head. Second game of a doubleheader.
Oh. That's
I
scary.
remember the crack.
That's scary.
And I swear to God, I thought it's from where I sat and the crack was so loud, I said, no, that hit the bat. It didn't hit the helmet, but yeah, I was wrong.
That's dangerous. Look what happened to Stanton. When he got hit
Oh.
square in the face. That was
And then last year when the same pitcher threw the ball up and in, Stanton wanted to kill him.
Let him go.
Fear fires.
Let him go. But that hurts. I've gotten hit with a fastball in the ribs once. That doesn't tickle. That hurts.
No.
It hurts a lot.
Hey, listen, I'll let you go, but
All right, Danny.
I'll always be in debt, Sal. You took me to my first old-timers game. I'll never forget it.
What year was that? Do you remember?
It's got to be 90. Let's see. My sister was 17. I had to be 13. So 91?
Wow.
Had to be around 90 or 91.
You make me feel young, brother. Wow.
Well,
Those
you were taking me. So, We sat in the
Was
bleachers.
was it
Never
just
forget
me?
it.
Was it just me and you?
Yep.
Well, he remembers
We
that,
met
Gene.
we met by McDonald's on 86th Street. We hopped on the train, and we sat in the bleachers.
He remembers that 1991 Old Timers Day.
Well, it was probably, I mean, my father had taken me when I was really young, but that was the first game I truly remember.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, as a 12-year-old, that sticks out. You see Mickey Mantle and Phil Rizzuto, guys who, you know, long gone.
That's great.
I think Joe D was there, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And not too long ago when I was still working security with the Staten Island Yankees at the time, they would do back-to-backs. They would come to the Staten Island Yankees, the old-timers, do Saturday there, and do then the Sunday at Yankee Stadium. And I had my old phone at the time, and I kicked myself in the ass for it. I had a picture with Greg Nettles.
Oh, my God.
And the man who threw the no-hitter with Mr. Yogi Berra, Don Larson. And I had a picture with him.
Oh, wow.
And I
You know, that's when Old Timers Days were Old Timers Days. Now I still love it, but it's a farce.
Well, they celebrate 20 years of this championship now. And you know the Yankees are the only team in baseball that does that?
Well, I mean, if any team's gonna, they're the ones.
More retired numbers, more of this, more of that. I mean,
I don't need to see Homer Bush every year, but
no, you know what it is? They still work in the organization, and you know why Gerald Williams is there, right? You know, Gerald Williams is married to Derek Jeter's sister. That's his brother-in-law.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was still there because he caught the last out. He saved Dwight Gooden's no-hitter.
Oh, I think he's married to Derek Jeter's sister.
So he should be working in Miami.
That's the kid you see that flipped the hat with Jeter on his last game. That's their
Oh,
kid.
well, they always show the kid with the parents.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty funny. All right, my man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, maybe we'll catch a game. I'll come into Brooklyn. We'll maybe go to Brooklyn Cyclone game or something.
You know what? My son, he's 9. He's been dying to go.
All right, man. We'll get together soon. We'll hit you up on Facebook.
Sounds good. You got it, brother. I'll talk
All right,
to you
man.
soon.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Of course, that's my boy Danny right there from the old stopping grounds of Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Wow, he remembered that 1991 Old Timers Day. I'm lucky if I remember what I did yesterday. And wow, those were some ball players back then. The sport has changed. The stadiums, everything's corporate now. Don't get me wrong, the new Yankee Stadium is nice, but nothing beats the old one. And when you walked into the old stadium, you felt it. You felt the vibe. You felt the ghost of the stadium. You know, you walk into the new stadium, you're like, it's going. You know, you went from a 56,000 seat stadium to, was it there, 45 now? And, you know, he was talking about the Florida teams. You know, Miami's got such a beautiful, brand new ballpark. What do they get in there? 400 or 500 people? Brand new dome stadium. It's right down by the water. You'll see it. If you go down to Miami and catch any cruise ship down there, you'll see the arena for the Heat. And behind in the background, you'll see a big dome. And that belongs to the Miami Marlins. And the other issue is not just the Miami Marlins. It's the other Florida team, the Tampa Bay Rays. And that team is in dire need for a stadium. That ballpark is horrendous. If you watch any Yankee game, if the thing hits the speaker and it comes down and I catch it, it's an out. They're closing off, Gene. They're blackening out the upper deck seats. I mean, here's a team that was winning. They won 90 games last year. They're only averaging 10,000. Nobody goes. So Florida, basically, where people go to watch spring training games, is down in Tampa, where the Yankees are, or any any other team that's down in spring training. And the spring training games unfortunately draw more people than your regular season. And when the Yankees come to Florida to play either team, they'll sell out because hey, we're all from New York. We're Yankee fans, and it's amazing how many Yankee fans do go to these games down in Florida. Even if you go here to Baltimore, you get right on 95. That's what I want to do, and it's cheaper. I buy a ticket for $25 for a great seat, opposed to $125, or you got to pay $2,000 for a season. Hey man, where's my food? Waiter service and stuff like that. Let's go to another topic. Let's do the Hall of Fame. Mariano Rivera has just become the first ever 100% unanimous vote in to the Hall. Mike Mussina, Edgar Martinez, and the late great Doc Holliday, who passed away not too long ago. Who was on the Phillies as his last go around. Also pitched with the Toronto Blue Jays. A lot of said he was a great pitcher. Killed the Yankees. Even when the Yankees had A.J. Burnett, Yankee killer, he came to the Yankees, couldn't pitch a lick, but helped the Yankees win in 2009. But like I said, there's our phone number. Call in. We'll talk whatever you like. Free agency, Hall of Fame, who should be there, who shouldn't be there. And I saw a post that my friend put up, and the name came out, Jeff Kent. Jeff Kent, second baseman, played with the Mets. I believe he was on the Dodgers, Giants. Who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? Who doesn't? With the PD issues and all that other jazz. And, of course, and everybody gets these voters. Whose name always pops up? Pete Rose. It's amazing. Everybody, and there's a talk show that's, if they do mention Pete Rose's name, the caller is banned for a month from calling into the radio station. That's great. How great is that? Call in, my baseball fans. Come on. I know you're watching. Let's do it. Let's do this. Come on in. Call in. Anybody. Come on, friends, Romans, countrymen. Let's talk about the Hall of Fame, Gino.
Okay, we can.
There were rioters out there. One guy didn't want to vote for Mariano, but his name got out there, whoever he was. I don't know. Got a lot of heat on social media. Phone calls from his peers. Changed his mind. Voted him in. Who do you think the fans should get more say? That's like the All-Star ballots in the stadiums, punch a hole in the thing, drop it in, fan voting, the fans voted for this guy. Do you think that should be with the Hall? At a certain point, the fans should vote as well as the writers?
I think so. I think that everybody basically should have a pool in the game, really, because they're the ones watching it. They're the ones contributing. It's like wrestling, and you're part of the game. Why not contribute to it?
Right.
That's the way I feel. Be democratic about it. Everybody should have something to do with that.
I agree, and there's the other thing with the PED issues. Suspected users. Suspected user who's in the Hall of Fame. Mike Piazza. Mm-hmm. Then you want to turn around and look at Barry Bonds. Now, if you see Barry Bonds, when he was with Pittsburgh and he was skinny, he was still hitting bombs out of the ballpark. And these cookie cutter stadiums back in the day, which they were called, Three River Stadium and all these other ballparks, which were much bigger than. He wasn't taking anything back then. But now the guy broke the home run record. Should we put it in asterisks? Should we not consider that breaking the record? What about Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and and then you got the guy with the Cardinals. Why does he wear his uniform baggy? Is he taking anything? All suspected users. Now, if, like A-Rod, he came out and said, slap me on the wrist, I'm bad. I came out and admitted it, and then they went the whole court with all this stuff. And we can buy stuff go right into GNC and, hey, I need something to build up my muscles. They got it. It's not like it's, and if you break a knee and your doctor or surgeon is prescribing the stuff to help you heal faster, what are you gonna do? Who should be voted in? Who shouldn't be? Who do you think should be there now? Who shouldn't be there? Well, I tell you, they had the senior voting or whatever that is, and these two guys just got in there and they were like legends or whatever, and they got ripped bad. Here's the number on the line. Call in. Talking baseball. We'll talk anything on baseball. Yankees, Mets, Phillies, whoever you want to talk about, whatever your team is. We were touching on the Yankees just a little while ago. Are they finished making moves? Are they the team that's on the back burner and gonna come out and say, hey, we just signed Machado or Harper? I don't think they need it. You don't need Manny. You got to leave the kid Andujar at third. Had a breakout season, almost won Rookie of the Year. Gleyber Torres at second base. Gleyber's great. Greg Bird. What happened to the Bird is the word. Injuries. Yankees thought, hey, left-handed bat, short porch. Kid could crack 30, 35 home runs. We haven't seen him play a full season yet. Struggled. He'll have Tulo with at short until Sir Didi comes back, hopefully in time after the All-Star break. Got a stacked team there. Boston will always be there. Toronto, I always thought Toronto would make a chase. They start off hot and then fall off the planet. And they just dismantled half of that team.
Well, you know what I think, Scott? Sal, I think that a lot of it has to do with the economy going into the ballparks.
Yeah. And there are some stadiums who don't. Of course, we're in the high market in New York.
Oh, yeah. But still, they're relying on that high market to be there. And
you'll pay $15 for a beer somewhere or $10. I'm going to go to another stadium. Hey, wait a minute. $4 a beer, $5? That's great.
Yeah, but if you bring 2 or 3 people, it's the same movie scenario.
Exactly.
You spend $40 at the movies, and you could watch the same thing at home.
It's like that thing that's that movie pass for $10. You get to see all the movies for $10 or something.
It's the same thing. Why don't people go to the movies that much? Because number one, the movies aren't that good. Number two, the concession prices are too high. And people don't want to spend
you want to talk
$50 on a family of 4.
I'm going to make you laugh.
That's cheap.
When I was still working with the New York Sanitation, now, if we went to the garage at Coney Island, of course, there's Nathan's. 2 hot dogs, a soda, and fries came out to $16.
It's crazy.
Hopefully you get that coupon. But my partner always did.
But see, that's kind of crazy. But if you go to the stadium, it's probably double the price.
Now that the Brooklyn Cyclones are right there where Nathan's is, beautiful ballpark if you live in Brooklyn. If you haven't been to a Brooklyn Cyclone game, they sell out every game.
Wow.
You're looking in between 8,000 and 10,000 a game. Beautiful ballpark. You could see the Verrazano Bridge, the water, and everything right there. They sell Nathan's in there. And you can't bring, because of the cheaper prices in the minor league stadiums, you can't bring food in, which is great. And you're getting bang for your buck when you go to a minor league game. You got the Lakewood Blue Claws, which is a hop, skip, and a jump from where I live. Got the Trenton Thunder right here.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
The Yankees' other minor league team. That's where Derek Jeter was in rehab when he was injured. Hey, you catch a lot of the great guys like, hey, Aaron Judge played over here. Brett Connor was in the Staten Island Yankee Stadium. All beautiful little league ballparks. You got Cal Ripken Stadium over in Baltimore. You know, paying. We're paying. Remember that line in the Bronx Tale? Does Mickey Mantle pay your salary or your rent or whatever that was? Come on, folks, call in. We're talking baseball. That's a great song.
It's an old song. I think it was from 60. I want to say 60.
Didn't they use that?
Harry Cashman, people talking baseball. We're talking.
There were so many great baseball shows. Johnny Bench.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Johnny Bench had that with the kids?
Cincinnati Reds.
Johnny Bench with the kids. Yeah. And they used to have all the, you had Ozzy, the Wizard of Oz, Ozzy on.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best shortstops, him, Cal Ripken, Jeter. Then you had Nomar Garcia Parra. Him and Jeter were always clashing. Of course, A-Rod. A-Rod wasn't a bad shortstop. Then moved to third. Those were the days, man.
That's because when we grew up, our parents,
It's funny, like I was saying with the Johnny Bench show.
It just brings you back.
They used to show you how to break in a baseball mitt. I used shaving cream in the middle of the palm, softball in the palm, and a hard ball, the baseball, inside the webbing.
Okay.
And you tie it up. And I still have a glove that my late uncle gave me. Nice black glove. I still have it. That's how I broke it in. It's nice. I wish I could play.
All right. Well, here's a question: do professional baseball players like what bat more than the other bat? There were so many different ones at the time.
Yes, and the bats, I believe, are still made in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
You notice they have different bats in the back rack. And yeah, I like a nice, what was I swinging, a 33 or 34 ounce? Nice. I like black. Black is my favorite color. Black bat, black, It's great. It's all different. They have all different. They'll have them for batting practice. They'll have one for the game. They got like 2 or 3. God forbid, one cracks, maybe more.
Well, the wood grain, for some reason, some are stronger than others, and
I guess where they get it from. Yeah, but they still make them
hit by the grain, because where the grain was where the ball had its sweet spot, like a tennis racket.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And some of those guys like Judge is so powerful. If they bust him in, he's so strong. And you got to have quick hands.
Right.
There's a lot of guys who hands are like smooth. Come right in, ball's out of here. And when somebody's hitting a home run. You know it.
You know it as a pitcher. I know that because I was a pitcher and you could tell. This one's gone. Yeah, that's
it's like when Jeter hit his 300th hit and hit the home run. The pitcher, he knew it. When he threw that breaking ball, he was like, oh, wrong pitch. And he knew it was gone as soon as it left the bat.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
David Price threw that pitch, and when he came around this way and he went on the floor like that, he knew. He was like, oh.
Now, are the pitches the same, or are there still the slider,
well,
the curveball?
I don't know if you recall, but they said back in the day the mounds were a lot higher than what they are now.
Yeah.
And if you're a tall guy, if you're like over 6 feet, Uh, and you got that reach. Now, don't forget, what is the amount? 56 inches away or whatever it is? And you got that long stretch. But, you know, you got to have the eye, the timing. There's got to be there as a hitter.
Oh, it's all perfected. Yeah, you got it's not
It's,
anybody.
it's not,
It's a natural ability.
and they always said it's not easy to hit a round ball with a round bat. Not easy. Hey, if you're playing softball, but, you know, fast pitch on the hand, that's arc or whatever they call it, they do. That's quick, man. I was on 2 sanitation garages, and they had a team, and the both garages I played for won. It's great. But softball, I never seen guys in their late 50s, 60s, some 70s, still playing softball down in Florida. And that fast pitch, man. Look at some of the college girls. Who was that girl? That left-handed girl or right-handed? Jennifer something was her name. And she went to Dodger Stadium, and she struck out half the Dodger team.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, the game has come a long way, and we know that with all these new stadiums, and you know the Mets and Yankees both opening their brand new parks in 2009. And I was actually part of the Citi Field one when I was still working security there. And a lot of people complained. The outside resembled Ebbets Field, and of course, Wilpon grew up in Brooklyn, was a Brooklyn Dodger fan. And then they say, you know, there's no Met stuff in the rotunda. When are they going to change everything? And they did. So everything's going well. And the Mets made they made that big trade with Seattle. We got, don't you know, Robbie Cano back in New York with the Mets, with Edwin Diaz, another great relief pitcher. So we'll see what happens here in New York. It looks like both teams hopefully fare well. You know, we all pray for a Subway Series, you know. But, you know, who's going to make it? Who's going to make it? Who's going to break it? Folks, call in. The number's right there on the bottom of your screen. Talking baseball. Whatever you like to mention about your team, the Hall of Fame, the free agents. Who do you think is going to go where and why? We're doing good. So call in. Come on in. Come on in, folks. Call in. Don't be shy. Number's right there. 609-807-2492. What else could we talk about, Gino, in baseball? What do you got?
I don't know. I mean, like you said, the old stadiums, they bring back a lot of memories. Just walking around the stadiums, like you said, you feel that.
I remember. You know, it's funny you're saying that about the old stadiums. When I lived in Brooklyn, I went to a Yankee game at Shea because they were redoing Yankee Stadium at the time. Right. They remodeled it in 74, 75, so they played 2 years at Shea before they reopened in 76. And those were the teams, man. Look at Chris Chambliss, Nettles. Nettles was some third baseman. He was like a vacuum. You had Mike Schmidt on the Phillies, another good third baseman.
Yeah, he was really good. Mike was good.
And the Yankees had, Chambliss, Dent, Randolph, Nettles, Reggie, Roy White in the outfield, Bobby Mercer, Lou Piniella.
What a lineup.
And the Thurman, of course, the late great Thurman Munson. After they won in 78, that was it for a while. They went on a dry spell. I remember, 81. They were in the That was another strike season where they split it. And back then, the Milwaukee Brewers were an American League team, now a National League team. And when they did the realigning, why didn't they just put them back in the American League is beyond me. I was at that game at 81 against the Brewers. Me and my friend, we were in the upper deck, ice cold. Let me tell you something. When it gets cold in the Bronx in October, especially in a stadium with that, oh, God. And it's tremendous. I mean, these stadiums are beautiful. Always fighting. Why didn't New York get retractable domes? And I would have loved that. Retractable. That's the way it is. Florida got a dome. The Miami Marlins. It's a lot of beautiful stadium. Milwaukee's ballpark is nice.
How about the Astrodome?
Oh, where the Astros play now. Astros.
That's been
Now
around
you see, I didn't
since
get
the
that.
80s.
I didn't get that move. You move them to the Western Division in the American League with the Texas Rangers. 2 teams from Texas in the same division. Now, my thinking is, you know what? You got an equal amount of teams now. Is there 30 teams now altogether? Okay. Let's get rid of interleague. Everybody plays everybody. Interleague should go. And my take.
I love that. That puts everybody against everybody.
Right. Well, everybody wants to see the Yankees because the Yankees are. If you think about it, Dallas Cowboys, New York Yankees, the 2 top selling logos anywhere around the world. And before Steinbrenner passed, he struck a deal with Jerry Jones. They're America's team in football, and the Yankees are America's team in baseball. And everybody loves to hate the Yankees. You know, they bought players. Steinbrenner was a great businessman. When he wants to win, he will get whoever he has to win. But look, they didn't win a World Series with Messina, with Giambi. So, like I said, 78, 81, then they had that dry spell. They came close in 88, like the Mets did. We thought there was going to be a Subway Series then in 88. Both teams got eliminated. Then you had 93 started the Yankee comeback with youth. You know, Showalter was part of that. Gene Stick Michael. Bob Watson was even a GM back then. There's another guy the Yankees had who was another good ball player. He can hit the ball. And then Brian Cashman, though. Willie Randolph was involved in that. Then you saw the Jeters, Bernie, the homegrown guys. That was the name of the show. Just clicked when I said so. Homegrown on the Yes Network about all the Yankees minor league. And then they just morphed into winning. And if you notice how they won in 96 is now a blueprint. And you had some veterans mixed in with your youth, which they do now, which they did, I think, the last couple of years they made the playoffs. And then, of course, with Joe Torre, they made all those runs, and they didn't make it. They always got eliminated in round 1. Won in 96, 97, Cleveland Indians beat them. Came back 98, 99, 2000. 2001, they got eliminated by Arizona. Marlins beat them in 03, which I thought they should have beat. I always think in 2001 when they lost to the Diamondbacks, if Jeter was playing in his right position instead of in, that ball is caught. It's a different game. But who am I to say? I don't. I love to manage a team. Billy Martin, one of the best. Casey Stengel managed both Yankees and Mets championships. But you had Billy Ball. Billy Martin was great. Bunt and run, steal. Nobody plays small ball anymore. Everybody wants to hit
That
the
home
ball 500 feet, and that's it. I mean, what could you do? These I like the youth movement. I don't want to see these. Who wants to sign a guy who's in his late 30s? Take a chance. But Machado and Harper are 26. So if you get 10 years out of them, that's 36. These guys are still in their prime. Teams don't want to spend the money. And then, you know what? And then people come to the ballpark, like you said, Gino. Oh, that seat used to be $50. Now it's $70.
Yeah, everything. As I said, that's why a lot of people don't go.
What about the licensing things?
Yeah.
When I worked at MetLife Stadium, you know, you buy those seats in the suite there, and I worked at the Chase Club. You got your licensing fee. Now, you're responsible for that seat and who goes. And if somebody causes trouble, if they get a little over with drinking and they cause mischief, and hey, you might have paid $10,000. Guess what? Now your seat just got taken away from you. You know, call in, folks. Numbers there. Don't be shy. You know, 609-807-2492. Ask any question about any team that you like. This is Talking Baseball. We talk about anything and everything. So call on in. I know you're watching. I know you're out there, folks. Don't be shy. You know. Come on in. Call in 807 2492 609.
You know, it's not just baseball, but all the sports are like that today, right? They're just not.
I enjoy. Let me tell you something. I enjoy hockey. You know, I'm a Devils fan. You know, Prudential Center. They made the inside look like the old Meadowlands, kind of Meadowland. They got the view. You know, we're gonna talk baseball. We're up until 9:30. I'll call in. I know there's a lot of Yankee fans out here in Jersey. There's some Met fans. Hey, you know, the New York, New Jersey areas are great with sports teams. You walk around, you see Philly hats, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, whoever. We cover anything here. We're not just one team. We're all teams here. Get on the Mets for a minute. You know, I'm always the owner says, look, year 2000, okay, I lost to the Yankees. We made the World Series, we lost. Now I want to build a team and continue to establish a good team and keep going to the postseason. I remember when I was still working there, Roberto Alomar and Mo Vaughn were on the Mets. And they got Jason Bay from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, if you thought Mo Vaughn and Roberto Alomar were your answers to get back to the playoffs, and then you had Carlos Beltran, and then the whole thing, he struck out, and everybody flipped out in Queens. Next guy he might make the Hall of Fame is Carlos Beltran. And you know, call on in, folks, if you're watching on Facebook Live, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. The new thing with Facebook Watch Party. Don't be shy, call in. I know all my friends are watching from Brooklyn, wherever you're from, Staten Island. Call in. I know you guys are a lot of baseball fans. Guys are starting their fantasy baseball leagues. I was asked to join one again, which I might. It's exciting. I love that. You know, they do a draft thing. You get all your players and stuff like that. It's great. It's a fun thing. And you know, who's gonna make it this year? Who are you gonna predict? Of course, we know in the AL East it's gonna be the Yankees and Red Sox going back and forth. Who is your surprise team? Who do you see up and coming as the you know, the shocker, the sleeper? As we call it, a sleeper team. Who is your sleeper team in baseball? And I'm gonna say this: the Phillies have the money to spend. If they land Machado and Harper, they're gonna be a force to reckon with in the National League East. I don't see, like I said, Yankees, Red Sox. I don't know, with Baltimore, another nice stadium. I want to go there because of that rib place in right field. You know, they got, what was that, Boo Powell's rib joint back there in right field or something like that. And let me tell you something. I heard it's really good. They keep bragging about that, and I want to go. I gotta go there.
Oh yeah.
We should take like a little trip and go catch a Yankee Oriole game.
If I could, I would. I've seen a baseball game in years.
Oh, we should. We'll do that. We should get like a little field trip. Baseball fans. And Hamilton Radio sitting in right field. We'll hold the sign up.
You know what's funny? We were at Trenton Thunder. We did something for Trenton Thunder. We had a big logo there, and a lot
Really?
of people, yeah, we did something for them. I forgot what it was, but we did something, and hoping to do something every year, but just can't do it. Need more personnel, guys. We need.
Come on, folks, call in. Don't be shy.
It's your
Talking.
first show. It's, Facebook is probably a lot of people 9 o'clock. It's.
Did I wake everybody up? We're at the 9 o'clock witching hour. Half hour to go if you want to call in. And we'll talk baseball. Whatever you want to talk about in baseball. We're going good. Get your motor running. And head on that highway. Let's see. Derek Jeter. That's what I wanted. Here's a guy, great career with the Yankees, 20 years. In charge of the Miami Marlins. Now, Yankee fans disappointed in that. Did he want to? Why wouldn't he stay back in New York? Well, he's from Miami, owns a house there, and
Do you think that the players ever think that they're going to be coaches or owners or something?
if you notice who a lot of the managers are, a lot of them are catchers.
Yeah.
A lot of catchers became managers because they. And that's great. There's a lot of ex-ball players who are managers. The manager there, Mickey Callaway, the pitching coach with the Indians. Some people don't like him. But who do you want? Who do you want? That's another thing. You think they should give the fans a say? I want that guy as a manager, but it's not up to us. It's who runs front office? Who? Hey, look, if I was that, who would I get? If I was a baseball team right now, and I would grab one manager out there, and that would be Buck Showalter. The man is a genius. Is he going to get a job with another team? I would think so. He might be back. Hey, he helped the Yankees build to what they were when they started in '93. I don't see why not. He wouldn't be anywhere else helping another team do the same thing. Lou Piniella was another great manager. Sweet Lou. Would he manage again? I don't think he would. I think he stepped away. You had Dusty Baker. Dusty was another good man. I think he's back. He's with the Nationals, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Love Dusty, the toothpick in his mouth. And it's funny how all these, if you notice how all these old managers from the day when they were ball players, trying to manage the game that is so different. And it's not about whatever now. Analytics is everything is on the computer now. This guy hits this many singles to right, center, left, and that's what the whole shift came about. If he gets 75% of his hits through the right side, we're going to stuff half the team over there. But like I said, we were talking with Danny, if you're a professional hitter, you should be able to hit that ball to the opposite field, especially left-hand. Now, if that third baseman is in the shortstop hole, and I see that out of the corner of my eye, that pitch is going to throw one on the outside corner. I'm going to try to throw a bunt down. And if I'm fast enough, try to beat it out. Even with guys on base. If they're going to... Now, if you got a guy at second and they're doing that shift, you got to try to steal. But you got to learn... Throw that down. Drag bunting. The other thing I don't like is these guys sliding into first. And Brett Gardner does it a lot. And you're going to slide, and your hand is either going to get caught under the base or you're going to slide a certain way, and now you're hurt. But there's not many guys who steal. What about one guy? 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, or you this many with stolen bases. You don't see it no more. You don't see guys like Ricky Henderson, Vince Coleman. Great base stealers. And nobody steals anymore. They're going for the fences, Gino.
Don't remember everybody. I just can't remember. There's so many baseball players.
Oh, we're gonna be prepared for the next show, and that's we're gonna fly from whatever era you want to talk about, like where my dad and his brothers grew up in downtown Brooklyn Dodger fans. Back in those days, they walked through Prospect Park, Tabbitt's Field. Men wore suits on a Sunday to the games.
Class, man, class.
And what I miss is, why didn't I record or take notes down when my father got together with his brothers at his hot dog stand when they came over there and hit a hot dog stand in Brooklyn on 59th and Bay Parkway by the Pergamon across Jason from J. Marlane's. And they would talk about the Dodgers, the Yankees, and Mickey Mantle, Whitey Ford, the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford, and Roger Maris, and all these, Rizzuto, Yogi, Lawson, all these great ball players, and Sandy Koufax. The 55 Brooklyn Dodger World Series, the champions, they finally beat the Yankees. And the Yankees were the team to beat in almost every, you think about it, every era. Except when they started getting bad and came back again. The Yankees were the team to beat. And then the other guy in the Pirates who hit that big home run, shot her around the world. Here in Philly, Rizzuto call that famous Roger Maris home run. If I'm correct, the guy who caught that in the outfield was Sal Durante. The name strikes a bell. I believe that was his 60th or 61st home run when Rizzuto called that at the old Yankee Stadium. Joe DiMaggio. His brother played with the Red Sox. Dominic. Joel and Joe. Guys have come close to that 56-game hit streak. Will there be anybody to break that? Is there anybody out there now that could break that streak? Can't now with a shift. Because nobody plays the proper positioning on the field. Is that why the baseball commissioners committee, they want to get rid of the they want to get rid of it? Do they want to get rid of teams doing the shift? They shift too much every batter. Well, the bigger players, yeah. But who? Oh, so who do we got? Who's watching? Who's gonna call in? Come on, folks, don't be shy. We don't bite here. Unless you want me to, it's all right. But call in. Say hello. Say hello to me. Say hello to Gino.
Yeah, we're here, guys.
Talking baseball. You know, started the 2019 season is upon us. You know, February 16th, spring training. And then not too long after that, you got your spring training games. And where they start the games now in March, so they don't finish in December. And I believe the opening is in Japan. I forgot what two teams. I think it's the Mariners and Oakland A's. Forgot the year the Yankees did, and a couple of ball players got sick from that. I think Giambi was one of them. Did Giambino. I love John Sterling calling Yankee home runs. And when a new Yankee comes, you're like, all right, he's already got them. You know, he calls him the Giambino, like Giambi. You know, he wore 25 because he was a big Mickey Mantle fan. So wears 7, so we got 2 and 5, 7. We had the Giambino. Aaron Judge was an easy one. All rise. Here comes the judge. Calls Gary Sanchez the Santino. Put him and Tino's name together because he was wearing number 24. I don't know. Will we see another guy like Derek Jeter out there who loved the game, an ambassador to the game? Who will take that reign over?
What did you think of Doc Gooden?
The doctor was in the house. Doc was some pitcher.
Some people said that he had so many issues that private life get involved. And
right.
It ruined his professional life.
Oh, don't forget.
What about what he did?
With Darryl too?
Yeah,
Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry, if he wasn't off track, would have been the best. I think, in my opinion, not Bonds, if they didn't mess with all this stuff, would have broken the record before Bonds. Now, when he was with the Yankees, at the old game, when they were still playing at the old stadium before the new one, he hit a shot that almost went out of that ballpark, hit the side of the right field up at deck. If that ball didn't hit that was going to hit the 4 train. He hit rockets, moonshots. And Steinbrenner gave both of them a chance. And they won championships with the Yankees, as well as the Mets. Then there's a list of how many guys played for both teams. And it's got to be about 20 and better. He'll play for the Mets and Yankees, and there were so many. Yogi Berra managed both, along with Casey Stengel. Carlos Beltran was Todd Frazier. Todd back with the Mets. The Mets didn't let him go yet. Like, maybe they won't, you know. Federer, I thought the Yankees should have kept him. But the Mets picked him up. And Todd is also from Toms River, New Jersey, and you'll probably see him around the neighborhood down there. A lot of good ball. I went to Lafayette High School in Brooklyn. We had Pete Falcone and Johnny Franco come out of that school. Johnny Franco, of course, pitched with the Cincinnati Reds and relief pitcher. Came to the Mets afterwards. Came back home. There was so many good ball plays back in those days. And look at back in those days, Gino. A relief pitcher went 3-4 innings before getting a save.
Absolutely.
So if you got a great staff and a stacked lineup, if you're starting, even the starters don't even go to full distance no more. Nobody, complete games are out the window. Nobody does it. Pitch count is killing these pitchers. And you got a pitch count. Some people don't believe in the pitch count. Nobody pitches complete games anymore. So if you got a good stacked lineup, and if your pitcher could go 5, and your middle relief, you're a setup guy and your relief guy, and then you got a good team there, and we'll see who's got what it takes. Who's out there that has what that? Who's got that kind of lineup? Who's got the bullpen? Who's got the good relief pitching? Who's got it all? You know, who has that? These guys like I said, Gino. Gossage used to go 3-4 innings before a save, and that guy threw gas.
Yeah, a lot of the pitchers did.
And there's a lot of guys out there. Oh, great pitches. You know, there's the pitch count, and guys at a young age in their early 20s are getting Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
Some guys who don't recover from it are never the same pitcher. You know, what's CC Sabathia is a big game pitcher. I was surprised the Yankees let him back, but I'm glad he's back. It was a great starting pitcher when he was with the Indians. The Yankees swooped him up before the 2009 season with A.J. Burnett. And let me tell you, when he's on against Cleveland, he was on. Yankees were another win away from a World Series. It takes time. You got to be patient on a rebuild. Fans don't want to hear that term, rebuild. And when. You know, as a fan, we got to roll with the punches sometimes. Look at that. Look at the big drought the Yankees had after 78. You know, in all those years, and then it takes time to rebuild. Some teams won't make it to a World Series. Hey, with like I said, Gene, with the get rid of the interleague and you play everybody, you could see great rivalries. Okay, we know the Yankees are going to play the Mets. That's a given. And back in the day, it used to be called the Mass Trophy Game, if anybody remembers that. It was a one game. Every year they used to go back and forth to Shea Stadium and Yankee Stadium. The Mass Trophy Game. Then it became Interleague. And you see them 6 times. Now another thing is in the division itself. You went from playing a team 14 times in your division back in the day to 18, 19 times. Okay, I saw the Orioles this week, and next week they're back at the stadium again, and 2 weeks after that they're back at the stadium again. Get it back to the 14 times. Split the home and home 7 apiece. I want to see other teams coming down. I want to see the Dodgers come to Yankee Stadium like they did in the World Series in 77, 78. Bring back the Brewers, who won once in an American League team. That was still a move I don't get when you flipped the Astros, who are an American League team, to the National League, and well, whatever. I'm not the commissioner of baseball. But throw the interleague. It's been talked about. Throw it out. Play everybody. So what? You make 2 trips to the West Coast. You got Seattle. You got the Mariners. You got the Dodgers. So what? They make a pit stop in Arizona. You figure out a schedule to play everybody. May not be easy because of the time changes in the East Coast and the West Coast, the Central. Are we expanding Major League Baseball? It's been talked about expansion. Where are the 2? Why put another team in Florida if these 2 aren't doing good? How about, well, you don't want to play in Vegas because you might collapse at the heat. You'll have to, well, the Oakland Raiders are getting a dome anyway. Why don't we just maybe get a Major League team in Vegas? Gambling's legal now anyway. It's a big deal. So get a stadium in Vegas, maybe, or be on the outskirts. The Kansas City Royals didn't build a new stadium. Upgraded the old one. Stadium looks nice from on television. My cousins do a stadium tour. My cousin Johnny, Andrew. Let me tell you, but where would they put 2 teams if it's going to be 32? You got to keep it at an even number. Keep it at an even number. Get rid of the interleague. Do something. Play different teams. I want to see somebody different. Well, let's see if we could pop up a schedule, Gino. Let's see. If you give us a minute, folks.
You got a couple minutes. You got like 20-some minutes left. No, sorry. 10 minutes.
Okay, hold on. Got right here, the Yankees, let's see, 2019 schedule. I don't want payroll. I hit payroll by accident. Huh. As we say, schedule, right? We used to say that. Schedule. I want regular season. I don't care about spring training. What happened? Where did it go? All right, here we go. Let's see. What do we got? Interleague play. The Yankees will now face the National League East, including home matchups from May 27th to the 29th against the Padres. Big draw. Colorado Rockies, Arizona Diamondbacks. They got road games against the San Francisco Giants. That's funny. We just spoke about this. Arizona Diamondbacks and the Los Angeles Angels, the Dodgers. Now those stadiums, San Francisco, LA, and Arizona, they're going to be sold out, without a doubt. And they are home against Colorado. Oh, I'm sorry, Colorado and Arizona. Well, they play Arizona here and in Arizona. Yeah, the Yankees will play a home game on Memorial Day against the Padres, and the road on the 4th of July against Tampa, home on Labor Day against the Rangers. I'm not getting a full schedule, but you're getting. Oh, here it is. You're getting the gist of what we're talking about. Okay, here we are. They opened the season Yankees on April 1st, April Fool's Day against Tigers. Then they're on the road against Baltimore and Houston. Then they play the White Sox, and then they're back home for Boston, Kansas City. Then they go April 22nd. Wow, that's a long road schedule. And they go on the road April 22nd against the Anaheim Angels, San Francisco Giants, and Arizona Diamondbacks. Looks like, yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. May 13th at home against the Orioles for 3 games. Then the Tampa Bay Rays. Then they're playing Baltimore the following week again in Baltimore. That's too much. That's already... Let me go back to April again. That's 3, 6, 10. That's 10 games against the Baltimore Orioles in a month, not even a month span. So should we get rid of Interleague? I believe so, because I just watched you play the Orioles 10 times in a month. A month hasn't even passed yet. Got 9 minutes. Number 9, Greg Nettles, left in the show. So if you want to sneak in a call, think about it. You know, we're having a good time here. And awesome sauce, as the kids would say. And we're talking baseball. We will be back again. You know, we will keep you posted on date, time. And if we're not here or we're in our new digs, which we cannot wait for here. It's been a long time coming for Hamilton Radio, and ahead of time we want to congratulate Gene Rubin and the rest of the Hamilton Radio family who does shows here, and with Jerry and Animal House and the Funny Talk, all these shows, and great shows they are, and you know, we're all family here. We're gonna do great. We're not moving too far. We'll still be here on this station, and if you want to come join the family, you got an idea for a show, you contact Gino right here. Gino, you want to give anybody any information if they have any ideas? Go right ahead.
Yeah, no, if they want to contact me for a radio show, maybe weather or whatever they want to do during the day, we're looking for people. We're looking for engineers. We're looking for show hosts. We're looking for sponsors. We're going to grow this station. We're going to make it huge, even bigger than what it is now. And I want everybody to come along for the ride, because people, when we start getting sponsors, we're going to pay. We're going to pay the people. And I got to tell you, this is the kind of business that you really don't need floor traffic. You don't need people walking in. But at the same time, you don't need inventory. And it's one of the easiest and simplest businesses to get involved in. That's the best part about it. You can create things out of thin air that quickly, that fast, and then make a lot of money from it. So yeah, it's been coming a long time. This is going to be our swan song, I think, where we're all going to benefit so much from it. Whatever we're doing. So new channels. We were talking about. I was talking to a couple of people about Sirius Radio. Now, I don't like to put anything down about any band, artist, or people on Sirius Radio, but I'm just going to tell you that they're not doing well. They're losing a lot of money.
That's right. CD sales have dropped constantly.
And they're paying their celebrities a lot of money to be on air, and they're not getting the subscribers that they originally had.
Right, and here's an example. If we're gonna get off the subject, because we got 6 minutes, we got 6 minutes left. No, getting back to the music scene. That's what I was talking about. We're gonna put baseball on the back burner for now because we got 6 minutes. With the CD sales, Best Buys are closing. We know about Amazon, what they've done,
Right.
and what other, you know.
Yep.
Somebody, you know, they said to Gene Simmons of Kiss, why won't Kiss put out a brand new CD? And he's like, why? Nobody buys the music anymore. Why would anybody buy it if they're going to download it for free off of something? I mean, they just put out like a greatest hits kind of thing. I mean, they're on their 45th and anniversary end of the road tour, and I can't wait to see that March at the Garden with my son. And look at all the bands that have come back on the road now. Think about this: you got Kiss,
Yeah.
the Rolling Stones, Iron Maiden, The Who. We're all back on the road again. And it feels like we're back in time, and it's a good thing. And these guys rely on concerts, ticket sales, and look at Bon Jovi. He's been doing it for 35 years, and he's been the top selling for a long time. Taylor Swift, another one.
Hard to believe.
But nobody's buying anymore. It's a whole, all these mom and pop stores, the Best Buys, they're all going. You know, there's been talks about, Guitar Center is a place where, you buy your guitars and whatever as you're a musician. There's been talks of that place going out of business. You know, if you scroll through your Facebook and you see these things and who's closing, who's not closing, they're afraid of closing. I'm gonna plug something now. March 1st, 2019. If you are in the area, if you live in Jersey, March 1st, I believe it's 7 p.m., is an anti-bullying comedy concert at Strand Theater. Look it up at strand.org, I believe is the website. Bring your family, bring your kids. It's going to be a great time. They're going to kick it. I believe the anti-bullying campaign for that evening. There's going to be some bands on there. A couple of guys I know in particular. Richie Santa doing his great Elvis act. Robert Santa. And, it's time to put an end to it. There's no reason for it. You know, back in the day, we went out, and we went out. We had good times. We didn't have to worry about anything. But, it's a whole different world, and unfortunately, it's going to happen. And come out and join us March 1st. I'll be there. You know, we could talk baseball there, here, and everywhere else. And we're at the 2-minute warning, and we're going to say goodnight. I want to thank everybody who joined us. I want to thank Gino, Hamilton Radio, and everybody who watched. Danny who called in. I will keep you posted. Like the page, Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. Leave some comments, some notes. We'll talk. And I want to thank everybody again. And we'll see you again on the flip side of the coin, and take it away.